Monday, August 25th, 2025 to order. We'll start out with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone here this evening. We're going to start out with our Accentuate the Positive. We enjoy getting to celebrate our students and our staff. So first up, we have the Noetic Math Contest National Honor Roll recipients with Mr. Brian Dinwiddie.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I just feel honored to be here to celebrate these outstanding students tonight. So as part of our high ability program for our high ability math students and our general intellectuals, which also includes math, we have a program called Noetics Challenge Math. And so every week throughout the school year, the kids get a set of problems that they work on throughout that week with their teacher. And these are high level, they're logic, they're critical thinking type of questions. And so they work on that throughout the entire year. But then in the spring, Noetic offers a math contest where and about 30,000 students nationally take part in this contest. The students solve 20 problems in 50 minutes, and it's now done online. It used to be paper and pencil, but now they've done it online, which is a lot easier for us. You don't have to grade it. But tonight we're here to recognize 6 students who scored in the top 10% in their grade level nationally here in New Paltz. And so those 6, if I can invite them up, Maddox Cosby, Leah Fox, Lucas Scriven, Gavin Stead, Dexter Riggs, and McKenna Scott. You guys want to come up here?
Thank you for joining us this evening. Mrs. Wooten is actually going to present a letter for all of you.
Are you ready? Well, we're very proud of you, and we know that it took a lot of hard work and effort, and we want to tell you how proud we are of you. We will high-five you after this, okay? The New Palestine Community Schools Board of Trustees congratulates you on receiving the Noetic Math Contest National Honor Roll recognition. Your hard work and commitment to the subject of mathematics are evident. The competition was fierce, with 40,874 students participating from 816 schools across the country. Only 4,000 of those students earned the National Honor Roll distinction. We applaud your exemplary achievement of reaching the top 10% of your grade level nationally and being named this exclusive honor roll. Your ability to compete, problem solve, and perform under pressure is a testament to your dedication and passion for the subject. We appreciate your contributions both in the classroom and through your achievements in math competitions while attending New Palestine Community Schools. And we sincerely wish you the very best in all your future endeavors.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
All
right. Congratulations. 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 Yeah, it's just cool having a look at you. Congratulations.
Maddox and Leah.
Congratulations. Okay. Love that. Smile.
Mr. Dinwiddie, come on. Put everything out. So we can get a picture.
All right, Dexter and McKenna Scott. Yeah.
Stay up here. We're going to take a picture right up here.
Dexter Riggs.
We're going to take a picture right up here.
Awesome. All right, let's go. I like that.
You like high five better?
We're going to take a picture right up here. Pictures, so let's line up across here.
Now you got a photo op there.
Anybody else wants to take a picture? Come on up.
You guys can scoot together.
I'd love for you to hop in there.
Anybody else who take a picture? Come on up. You can come right up next to me. We'll take the other. You guys just get to smile and look smart and beautiful. How does that sound?
Yes.
Better get him.
I know. Sorry, we've lost the audience. Because we also want to equally celebrate the history teacher of the year. Mr. Bowles is going to be presenting.
I taught history, so I thought you were saying that I was. Way back when, 30 years ago.
You probably were, but.
Got it.
Okay, well, good evening. I appreciate you inviting us, bringing us here. It's not very often that we officially get to recognize teachers. We do it at buildings, we do it at the end of the year. But I don't know if you saw the article in the newspaper about Shelby. She is, yeah, I was going to say more than just awesome, so I'll say more than I've got some notes. I was going around to the staff today and asking them to tell me things about Shelby. Well, the problem was they were saying way too much. I don't like to rate that much. So I was, scrap that. We got a new plan. Because her colleagues, the respect and how they feel about Shelby is amazing. And I remember before I became the principal at the high school, talking to Keith Fessler, Adam Martin, who are some of your great teachers. I remember her name coming up. I didn't know Shelby at the time very well, but I distinctly remember them saying Shelby Hall, by far one of the best teachers you'll ever come across. Became the principal, observed her several times, evaluated her, and I'm like, yes. And she keeps getting better and better. I do have a couple things to say about her. One, her colleagues, you can put your signs up. They gave me this real boring one. Thank you, Nancy. But she is Indiana History Teacher of the Year by Gilder. Thank you. Lehrman, Institute of American History. We're super proud of her. One of the things I tell young teachers, it's really hard to be a fantastic five-star teacher. What's a five-star teacher? One that has great lesson plans, number one. Technology, she's one of the gurus in our building. If she needs a substitute, she has the best sub plans in the school. She brings history to life for our students. Her lesson plans are amazing. Incredible classroom management. She knows when to push, she knows when to be tough, but she knows when to play a game, tell a joke, and so her classroom management is superb. She's an awesome colleague, as you can tell. Some of her colleagues are here from her team, but she is a well-respected colleague in our building. She creates great relationships with her parents and community. Of course, she's our head girls tennis coach, correct? Yes. And she does a fantastic job with the parents there. And also, let's just say I've never heard of a parent problem in your class, so good job. Awesome. But and then, the last one is a hard one to get, and that is, do you have the it factor? Kind of where you're a born teacher. And Shelby is definitely that. She has that it factor where students love her class. They love her being their teacher. Colleagues love for her to be around them and helping them. So she is definitely a five-star teacher. I said before, she's an amazing coach. She's a valuable team leader, and she's a part of our district curriculum council. And so Shelby is one of a kind, and she is a fantastic teacher. And congratulations for being Indiana History Teacher of the Year.
Your letter this evening, and it says Mrs. Hall, but you're always going to be Coach Hall.
Yes.
To me, the New Palestine Community Schools Board of Trustees is proud to recognize you for being named the 2025 Indiana History Teacher of the Year by the Gilder Lehrman Institute of American History. This distinguished honor highlights your remarkable dedication to teaching and your passion for making history engaging, meaningful, and relevant for students. You consistently bring creativity and imagination to your classroom, using primary sources, artifacts, oral histories, and historic sites to spark curiosity and deepen understanding. We congratulate you on receiving a $1,000 award and a curated collection of American history resources, which I think is really cool. And I guess you're gonna love that. It sounds amazing. We're excited that you're now a finalist for the 2025 National History Teacher of the Year Award. We wish you the very best of luck. We are incredibly proud of you for receiving this well-deserved honor. Your excellence reflects the very best of New Palestine High School and inspires our entire New Palestine Community Schools community. NPCS community. Can we do a photo? Sorry.
Can they join the photo too?
Yes.
Oh, you gotta bring your signs, team.
Yes.
That's hers.
I was
I love it, very creative. I can tell it's an area design.
That was not my idea. I cannot take credit.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bowles.
I ran into it.
All right, moving on. Next up, we have approval of the agenda. Can I have a motion on the agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Also.
Moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All of those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. Motion passes. Next on the agenda, we have the project hearing and second preliminary determination hearing for project financing with Mrs. Gizzi. We're going to be holding a project hearing and second preliminary determination hearing on the proposed project. If anyone is interested in speaking at the hearing, please make sure you have signed the sign-in sheet at the back of the room, which should include your name and address. After presentation by Mrs. Gizzi, there will be an opportunity for the public to make comments about the project. At the hearing, we will ask that each person limit their comments to 3 minutes and that the topic be limited to the proposed project under consideration. The notice of this project hearing and second preliminary determination hearing was published as legally required. The first preliminary determination hearing was held on August 11th, 2025. At this time, I'll ask that Mrs. Gizzi explain the purpose of this hearing.
Thank you. So this will sound familiar from last meeting. Another step we're going to go through to keep the process moving forward. So pursuant to Indiana Code, before a school corporation may spend more than $1 million to build, repair, or alter a school building that will be financed by lease or bonds, they must hold a public hearing at which explanations of the potential value of the project to the school corporation and community are given. Similarly, pursuant to Indiana Code, the school corporation must hold 2 public hearings and adopt a resolution to preliminarily determine to issue bonds or enter a lease for a project which has a total project cost in excess of a non-controlled project, or if the school corporation has a debt service fund tax rate above a certain amount. These public hearings and the adoption of resolutions are the beginning of the legal process, a continuation at this point for us. And these resolutions establish the maximums, so our maximum financial terms for the proposed project.
Okay, thank you. We will now hear from Mrs. Gizzi about the process of determining the project to the community and the need for the project, as well as information about how the proposed project will be financed. In addition, we'll hear information about the effect on the typical property taxpayer.
Again, we will reference the long-range facility plan and our facility study that we have done and talked about thoroughly at this point. That's where we have, come to the conclusion that we need to look at this long-range planning for our finances. This will be a similar process to what we've done in years past. We are asking for an approval of an amount up to $15 million, which will allow us to relieve pressure on the operations fund by financing certain building improvements and purchasing investment technology. The intent with this approval is to provide flexibility when and if needs arise over the next several years. And as you know, we have several that we're already examining. The purpose of these hearings and the ultimate approvals is to set forth the maximum dollar amount to be spent on the projects. Once it is determined that the project should be addressed, we will come to the board for approvals for each specific bond issue. The maximum dollar amount for this project is $15 million, with bonds being sold in one or more series as needs arise. The estimated hard costs of construction are $14,650,000, with estimated soft costs and cost of issuance of $350,000. We are being conservative with the legal parameters, and in so doing, we won't have to come back to the board as often in the future to make changes. The maximum interest rate will be 6%, although it will be closer to 4%. And the interest cost to repay the $15 million is estimated to be $1.99 million. The maximum annual payment will not exceed $5 million, and we plan to repay the bonds in a way to maintain the current debt service levy moving forward in order to not increase the taxpayer's liability.
Thank you, Mrs. Gizzi. We will now open the public hearing. Do we have anyone registered to speak? We do. Okay, would any staff members like to speak? Would any board members like to speak? Okay. We will continue to work through the steps in this legal process. The board will continue to work with the administration and its professionals to look for efficiencies to conserve tax dollars while meeting our educational needs. Thank you, Mrs. Gizzi. All right, next on the agenda is citizens' comments on agenda items. Do we have anyone commenting this evening? We do not. Thank you. Next, we have consideration of routine business. We have approval of the minutes. We will be approving regular meeting minutes dated August 11th, 2025, and executive session meeting minutes dated August 11th, 2025. I have a motion on the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All of those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. Motion passes. Next, we have claims and finances. We will be approving payroll claims dated August 15th, 2025, and claims dated August 25th, 2025. Can I have a motion on the claims, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the claims and finances.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All of those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. Motion passes. Next, we'll be hearing from Mrs. Gizzi again on donations.
We have several donations tonight for board approval. The first donation is from Bradley Wilson through Roche Diagnostics, and that amount is $199.92, and he has asked that we donate the money to Sugar Creek Elementary's ECA account. Our next donation is from Scopelitis, and they donated $70 to NPE in honor of Ashley Jennings' 14th anniversary with their firm. The funds we deposited to the NPE Extracurricular Vending Fund. Our next donation is from the NPE PTO, and they have donated $3,200 to NPE to be used for staff catering throughout the year. Those funds will be deposited to the NPE Extracurricular Vending Fund as well. And our final donation is from NH Solutions for Square One Therapy, and they have issued a check in the amount of $1,479.98, and those funds went towards the expenses for the special education kickoff this year. So we're asking for board approval for these donations at this time.
Thank you. Could I have a motion on the donations?
Motion to approve the donations as presented. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments or questions?
Just continued support from our community. It's amazing. Every month we have at least 2 or 3 of these, and it's just great to see our community helping us out.
All right, any additional comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All of those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. Motion passes. Thank you. Next, we have the NPJH Cincinnati field trip with Mrs. Neal.
Thank you. We look forward to the 8th grade field trip every year at the end of the year. It's May 15th in 2026. And we would like to go again. We go to the aquarium, the zoo, or Cincinnati, the Great American Ballpark, I think it's called. So last year we didn't have enough students choose the ballpark to go, but it's just dependent on what kids want to do.
Sounds great. Could I have a motion on the field trip?
I'll make a motion to approve the field trip as presented. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments or questions?
Always a popular one.
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't have enough things to go to the Great American Ball.
It's all right.
All things that you wouldn't go to. Baseball field. The Reds baseball. Wow. Okay. It's a great trip.
This year,
I've got the
Maybe
experience.
everyone will want to go.
Yeah,
I know kids went the year before that, because I had
They
pictures
did.
of my own
Oh,
child there.
it was a great experience. I took all three of
dugout
my
and
kids.
everything.
It was
Yeah.
great. Yeah, a lot of fun and very, very deserving trip. And it's great to see that there's opportunities for kids to earn their way.
It's a big group.
Great. For our fifth graders.
Last year Jessica got to go, and this year I get to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, get to go.
Are you going to the ballpark?
Well, I hope so.
You may end up at the zoo.
The trick is getting your kids' friends to all choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to
You
all.
have to be coordinated.
All right, any other comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All of those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is
I wouldn't let anybody step on their grass. But you can sit in the dugout.
moving on to unfinished
Okay,
business,
sorry.
and that's you, Mr. McKinney. We're gonna do second reading of
Oh,
policies.
this is the best part.
Yes. Mr. McKinney, what do you have for us this evening?
Okay, so we'll take a lot of time. Second reading, we're not going to pull each one of them up. There was some comments from Mrs. Wooten, so thank you very much for providing some feedback. I am going to, some things that we changed. I'll briefly talk about them. You don't need to pull the policies up there, but for, I'll read them off. A100, non-discrimination, anti-harassment. Then B100 is board authority and philosophy. B150 is organizational meeting, board of finance and committees. B200 is membership, which we made a change. There was a spelling error, and I will preface this is from our attorneys. So they didn't catch it. We didn't catch it. There were 4 sets of eyes on it, but Mrs. Wooten did catch it. So thank you very much for doing that. There was a spelling.
New to me, right?
Huh?
It's all new to me.
Yeah. There was a spelling error there, so we fixed that, and then we just added the word to. So there was a vacancy was misspelled, and we added the word to there. So that's the only, just some minor changes there. Then we went to C175, which is student attendance, academic engagement, and truancy prevention. C200, which is bullying. We removed a redundant word in there, gender. We removed that redundant word. So that's the only change there. And then C425, which is student suicide prevention and awareness. We capitalized the words, the letter C in corporation, and because that's what we try to be consistent with other policies there that we have and how we label that. And then we added we made corporation plural. So that was the other change. It's the same word, capitalized the C and made it plural. The next one is D200, standard of care and supervision of students. E200, religious release time and credit for religious education. F125, purchasing procedures and capital assets there. There was just some sentence structure there. We had exceeds plural, and it needed to be, if you take some other words out, it made sense, but since they added some different words, we needed to make exceeds singular. So we did that. That was a change from the last time we talked. The next one is G350, which is audio, video, and digital recording of meetings. G360 is data breach and protection. So the ever revolving door of titles of people changes, and so in the past we have tried to use titles versus people's name because people move around and change jobs and that kind of stuff. So we put titles in there, and we have made some changes to, we call our technology coordinator now, instead of coordinator of technology, we call it technology coordinator. So we just a naming nomenclature that we did to be consistent with how we practice what we're doing today. The next one is prohibition of unmanned aircrafts, which is drones, and so then the acronym small s UAS, which is small unmanned aircraft systems. We defined what that was, and AKA drones is what everybody knows it by. So we just did some clarification there of what that meant. Lastly is H100 school visitors and parent-family engagement. No changes to that policy. So thank you again, Mrs. Wooten, for pointing that out and bringing that to our attention. Lots of eyes on it, but it's always nice. That's why we go 2 months with this kind of stuff, so we can make this as good as possible and reflect what we're doing today.
Do you mind going back and highlighting, we added a little language to B200.
Oh,
Do
yes.
you mind reviewing that, just
Yeah.
so everyone?
Yeah, so, yeah, thank you. Can you pull that one up real quick? Just
Savings.
That's a good point, thank you.
Mhm.
So focused on the other part, I forgot about that. So with B200, go back, that is the membership, and that is related to school boards. And so that, there was some state law changes in terms of how you fill a position if somebody vacates the position. And it's all dependent on how they declare they're running for board. So if they declare independent or Republican or Democrat, it depends. That dictates how you replace them. This calls out all our districts and all that kind of stuff. But if you go down to towards the bottom there was a provision in state law that we can now add up to 10% of the board member's pay is relative to the starting teacher's salary. So in this, I think in the example, it was if the starting teacher's salary is $45,000, then you, as a board member, we can have up to 10% of that of our salary or our pay, whatever, it's not a salary, but of our stipend. There we go, stipend. And today we're at $2,000. We're not saying we're going to change that, but we just wanted to reflect. I think Mr. Walker brought that up to us about making sure that we reflect what's in state law, even if we didn't do that at this point in time. So you can see right there, we did add that. In addition, Indiana law does allow for annual compensation to be up to 10% of the lowest starting teacher salary for the corporation. That does increase as time goes on, or it has. That's what has happened the last few years. We're not asking at this time to do that. It's just there if so needed, and I appreciate you making that comment, and thanks for letting us add that so it can reflect the current state law.
The state stipend has been set at $2,000 for how long?
1984.
Since 1984. So this is the first change they've made since 1984 that allows additional compensation, but at this point, our board is not intending to make a change. Correct.
I think that should be capitalized.
I'm sorry.
Of course, capital. Which one?
Corporation.
So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll make that. Thank you. She's still on it.
I can't not see it, sorry.
That's okay.
She
That's
might
what
be-
you're here.
she
That's
might
what it's
better
supposed
at
to
this
be.
than I am.
This is the
I
best
see
part
a-
of the meeting.
I see a
Policy.
future policy.
Make it work on Brian.
She's trying to get in there.
Trying to get my feet in the.
All right, Brian, Mr. McKinney, anything else on policies? No. Okay. All right, could I have a motion on the policies, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the policies as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments or questions?
Just thank you for everybody's time.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, like, I know, I'm just speaking to the camera here and to the people in the audience, but yeah, like, what takes 10 minutes to go over here is hours of work for this Dr. Pleak and Ms. Haverly and Mr. McKinney down there. I know this because I once was on the policy team, and those meetings went on for a long time. And you read every sentence and you talk about every sentence and everywhere, and it's good that we put our eyes on these things, and that's why we review them so often, is so that we're refreshed and refreshed. And
We update them all the time. So thank you to the team that spends a lot of time doing that. So thank you.
Well, I just appreciate the other 3 board members, right? We can't all meet together and talk about policy, right, unless we advertise it. So, I appreciate you spending the time in that month between the first reading and the second reading, looking at those, providing comments if you see those, and so we can, sometimes it's last minute, and today we were talking about one at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right? Is this what it's supposed to be? And making sure we had the right information, and hats off to Dr. Pleat that she goes and finds that information out, and very much appreciated and very much noticed that you helped us out on that. So we just want to reflect what we're doing today in policy. That's why it changes all the time, and they're not always correct, but we want to reflect what our administrators and our staff are doing to help them be able to enforce the policies.
All right, any additional comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All of those in favor of approving the second reading of policies indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. Motion passes. Okay, moving on to new business. Next, we have the J.L. Walter construction contract settlement and final payment. I am going to ask that we table this for this evening. The paperwork did not arrive in time for us to vote on this for tonight. So if I could have a motion to table, please.
Motion to table this.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? We'll just state this will come back around once we have received the appropriate paperwork. Okay. Any other comments? Yeah, okay. So we will vote. All of those in favor of approving tabling this evening indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. Motion passes. All right, next we have a series of presentations from Mrs. Gisney. We will start with the project resolution.
So this will be similar information to what we presented earlier in the hearing. But each of these resolutions, I guess, highlights a little bit different series of that same information we've been talking about. So first we have the project resolution, and this is required when the school is planning to spend more than $1 million per building. It contains the estimated hard and soft construction costs and the costs of issuance. It also establishes the total project cost, and then it also discusses the estimated tax impact. So as you know, we've discussed these amounts, that this kind of puts them where they belong with these different resolutions. And the estimated hard and soft costs will be $14.65 million. The estimated cost of issuance is $350,000. The estimated total project cost is $15 million, and the estimated tax impact is 0.25 cents. So we are asking for board approval at this time for the project resolution.
Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the project resolution as presented.
I second that.
Moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All of those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. Motion passes. Next, we have the preliminary determination resolution.
So the preliminary determination resolution is required, again, when we're asking to finance a certain amount for a given facility, or if the school corporation has a debt service tax rate over a certain amount. This will contain the total project cost, the maximum annual payment and lease term, and other financial terms such as the estimated principal amount and tax impact. So the total project cost, again, is $15 million, and the maximum annual payment is $5 million. The other terms will be dependent on the type of issuance that we might move forward with, and we would request in the future, and we would give more details at that time. And so we are requesting board approval at this time for the preliminary determination resolution.
I have a motion, please.
Motion to approve the resolution as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. Motion passes. Next, we have the preliminary bond resolution for GeoBond.
So this is our first time that we'll be discussing the hopefully the first issuance that we would have off of this $15 million approval that we're working through. This will happen concurrently, so we will be going through these steps at the same time to make the process more efficient. And the first step in this process we would talk about the project cost for this project, the maximum interest rate, and other financial terms such as the first interest payment date and maturity date of these bonds. So now we're getting to more specific amounts. Of the larger project, we're looking at maximums. Again, we'll be looking at maximums here as well. But just to remind you, this is $7 million. What we're going to be asking for in GEO bonds is part of the $15 million, not in addition to. Just want to make sure that we clarify that because those are large numbers, we know. So the project cost is $7 million, and the maximum interest rate is 6%. But like we said earlier, if they were to be sold today, it would be closer to 4. But we're setting the maximums. And then the first payment would be July 15th of 2026. And as we move forward, as you know, we'll have a series of steps again with this piece of the process as well. So we are asking for board approval for the preliminary bond resolution for the 2025 GEO bonds.
I have a motion, please.
Make a motion to approve the preliminary bond resolution as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments or questions?
I just have a brief question. Can you clarify the 4%, 6% max?
Well, we have to set the maximum now. So 6% is the maximum that would be possible. So then we believe if we sold them today, it would be less. It would be 4%.
4%.
But they
So
will be
realistically,
under
it's 4,
6%.
But max would be 6.
Correct.
Got it.
Any additional comments or questions? Sorry, go ahead.
Just kind of like the appropriation, right? You have to appropriate it, and even though it may be less, you have to say, it's the same kind of process, is what I hear you saying.
Correct.
Okay.
Any additional comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All of those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. Motion passes. And finally, we have the reimbursement resolution.
So this actually goes back to our larger project, the $15 million approval. And the reimbursement resolution, it would allow us to reimburse ourselves as a district if we need to spend the money before the process is completed. And this is required by federal tax law in order to preserve the school corporation's ability to reimburse itself. So we are asking for board approval at this time for the reimbursement resolution.
May I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve the reimbursement resolution as presented.
Moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All of those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. Motion passes. Thank you, Mrs. Deasy. Thank you. All right. Next on the agenda is informal comments. Do we have any informal comments?
We do not.
Okay. Next will be board member comments. Mr. McKinney.
No, just a continued great start to the school year. We wiped Kokomo off the map last week. So I'm sure there's other teams. I think we've got some people playing Fortville tonight, so I think that's great. It's just honoring our kids that are doing well educationally is always top of mind, and I think that because that's what we're here for, is to educate our kids. So it's great to see that we honor them, and then the teacher of the year. I hope she's the national teacher of the year. I hope we get to celebrate that again. So, I really appreciate the other teachers showing up to support their peers, and that meant a lot. That there were some other teachers. I didn't get to. I said something to Mrs. Workman, but I didn't get to say anything to the other. So great that they showed up.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would just reiterate that. It's always fun to celebrate the kids, celebrate the teachers that are doing great things. We're blessed and lucky. I'll keep my remarks. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr.
No,
Hooper.
no, no.
Mr. Walker.
Go Dragons.
Mrs. Booth.
Yeah, go Dragons. I apologize, I've been buzzing because I think varsity soccer girls are beating Richmond right now. So. Go Dragons.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to say I am so thankful for just the leadership and hard work of all the teachers for the Ivory results. I mean, we've just been blown out of the water. So many parents have talked to me about how thrilled they are and just how fundamental literacy and reading is for children and for their lifelong success, for their life outcomes. It's just massive. So I think that's something that we're so thankful for all of your hard work, principals. I know you guys. And tell your teachers, thank you so much. Parents are so thankful. I mean, 96.1% is just so good. Yeah, sorry, long had to admit, Dan.
Oh, you're good.
Love it.
Thank you. Mrs. Eastis.
Yes, I would just like to call special attention to our donation from Square One that was approved tonight. The funds from them allowed us at no cost to really kick off the year with our special education staff to support some of our most vulnerable students. And so it paid for a speaker and t-shirts that said all needs all in New Palestine and a nice lunch. And so just want to say thank you.
That's great. Thank you so much. Dr. Pleak.
I had a couple things. When I piggyback on what Mrs. Wooten said about the IRE scores, it's something I am continuing to hear as well, even from our leaders and our staff when I do see them out. Because it's one thing, our students are more than a test scores, our teachers are more than test scores, but when they put in that intentional work and talking their PLCs and they plan out their interventions and they work the data, you know, there's always that amount of stress that our teachers are going to overperform and do the best they can because they care so much for our students. And when you actually get those results come to light, and it shows how well our administrators at all the buildings work together because they all cheer each other on. And to see it just come to fruition is just amazing. So it's like it's time for them to take a breath. Everything we did all year long, it did pay off. And so that's a motivational for this year as well. And the other thing, Mrs. Eastis and I are continuing to go around and celebrating the great teammates that they're going above and beyond. And we do have staff members reaching out. We still have more to celebrate. But the great teammates, they showed up for Mrs. Hall tonight too. So just knowing they just showed you are a great team. And that's why we're all just about, you know what, regardless of what we do, go Dragons. So,
All right, I'm going to keep it short, and I'm just going to thank Mrs. Gizzy tonight for all of her efforts on her birthday nonetheless.
Yes.
I'm sure she never dreamed she was going to spend her birthday going through geo bonds and project resolutions, but here she is, and she's doing an amazing job. So happy birthday, Mrs. Gizzy.
Happy
Yes.
birthday, Mrs. Gizzy.
And on that note, I will take a motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All of those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. Motion passes. We